So finally, it's time to take a look at how to develop our character and specifically the abilities that our character has for them to be able to stand up and teach the bad guy a lesson. So there are 4 steps to teaching through actions. The first is developing our character's ability. The second is displaying those abilities. And then finally, we're able to dictate our lesson through those 3 abilities. Well, let's start with developing your character's abilities. Now, one of the things that's very annoying about just about every great story is that the bad guy's on the throne at the beginning. Now, how did they get there? How did the bad guy get so much power and capabilities at the beginning of the story? And of course, nobody did anything. There were no heroes to step up and stop this individual, teach them a lesson before they got into such a position of power. Now, the old adage is, well, evil triumphs when good men do nothing, but it's actually worse than that. It's not that good men do nothing, it's that good men can't do anything. We have these little baby characters with these nice little abilities. We've never developed those abilities. We've never really fashioned our character into a powerful being that can stand up and stop the bad guy. So, the solution, of course, is to start training now. Training the character we have now, who might need flexibility, maybe strength, maybe even inner stillness. We must train these abilities for our character in the present. So when the time comes, when the bad guy gets in our way, we can simply lift our hand and teach them a lesson. So although developing these 3 abilities is critical, that's only stage 1. We must then display the abilities that we're already growing. So it might be on a very big stage or a very small stage. But either way, there must be a place for us to exercise those abilities. Training is great, but we need to start practicing the delivery of our abilities in teaching a lesson. Because who's ever on stage, the world looks at them and is wondering, is this a powerful individual? Is this someone that can teach me a lesson? And if there happens to be a bad guy around, are they capable of teaching that bad guy a lesson too? So the world's always watching the person that's on stage. And if you develop a character, the intention is to get on stage, to display those abilities, to practice them in preparation for the big show, which will eventually come. So although the development and the display is important, the ultimate purpose is to dictate a lesson, to use the character's abilities that we've developed to teach something intentional. Now, the one thing that's very frustrating oftentimes is that the bad guy has the coolest abilities. All these stories, the bad guys have amazing powers. How did they do that? Well, they've been training for years. They have this ambitious drive to do something. They've fashioned thoughts and cultivated emotions and practiced their actions so that they have these amazing abilities that can impact the world. But anybody can do that, not just the bad guy. We and our character can be doing that in the present moment to be ready to summon forth this amazing potential. And we don't need to go in the moment of dire need to find some teacher or some ancient relic. We are the teacher in that moment. We are the ancient relic, which is manifested in the present moment to teach a lesson, to blow away the bad guy, to astound them with this lesson in the hopes that they will realize their mistake and come and be taught by us so that we can teach them further. We want to teach everybody a lesson, including the bad guys, including our friends and family, but we need those abilities. We need the character that's mature and powerful and able to do something in the world. Because the world always listens to and follows the most powerful character. And it's best not to leave that spot to just anybody. It's it's best to take it ourselves. So let's look at how to apply this. We have these 3 abilities, each of them intending to teach a lesson. So the Week 12 project is explain your character's first ability, what your character's first ability will teach the world. What's it going to do? And don't think of it as an individual, use this ability on an individual. Consider what's going to happen when you use it on everybody. What's this ability going to do to everybody in the world when you use it? Same thing with the second ability. Explain what your character's second ability will teach the world. And then your ultimate ability, the final ability that will bring about the dream of your character, explain what your character's ultimate ability will teach the world. And as we finish this, then we'll be ready to take a deep look into what the development of your character is ultimately for.